Curly Baba says anyone who is following us needs to slow down. He's showing me, so this morning my husband's like, you could take my car, and I was like, no, I'm going to take mine. And then I was like, oh, but thank you, thank you though. And if I had slowed down and been more present, I would have said, thank you so much, but, I'd rather take mine. And so that would be the proper order. He also wants me to tell this story of when I was in healer school. So I lost my airline job at United, 303 at like 3:30 in the afternoon. And I worked super hard to get there, but clearly my life was meant to change. So 303, I lose my job. 3 days later, I go to Sedona, Arizona for 3 weeks for professional healer school, 21 days. Very, very intensive. One of the main instructors did not speak any English, but he could, I want to say read minds, but it's not really reading minds. It's more like reading energy, because he could read like everything all at the same time. And so he guided a healing meditation for 5 of us. And at the end, through a translator, he said, one of you did not follow the exercise, And then he came up to each one of us after and told us something. So while he was guiding this healing meditation in Korean, he could see what was happening inside each person's head. And then at the end, he came up to me and he said, the blue you saw was your liver releasing anger, which was, shocking to me, because I didn't feel angry at all. So meditating on it is how I found out that I was angry at my mom for dying because she was missing everything. I'm not proud of that, but it's the honest truth. I wasn't aware that I was so mad at my mom for leaving. Okay. I guess I have more to get rid of. But anyway, so that's throwing me off a little, because that is bringing up guilt, and also now it's bringing up, I feel really self-conscious telling anybody that I felt angry at my mom for dying. So my ego is having a field day with that. I feel sick to my stomach. How could I do that? And now why would I tell anybody about that? And now I'm feeling even more nauseous as I move into the feeling of it. But I'm just going to feel it as deeply as I can to release it. I guess I'm going to do that now. Show you what that looks like. Normally I would process it out on my own, but alright. So I already described the feelings clearly as I can with words. And now I'm just moving into the nausea. It's really low in the bottom of my stomach. My ego's like, oh no, you're going to throw up if you keep moving into that energy, if you keep moving into that feeling, if you keep moving down. If you keep feeling it, you're going to throw up. But I know that's not true. It's just my ego telling me a story. So I'm moving deeper, deeper, deeper into the nausea and I'm allowing myself to feel, all the anxiety, all the guilt, all the disgust at myself, all the, oh my God, everybody's going to never talk to me again. They're going to think I'm such a bad person. On and on and on. So I'm just feeling into that. I trust, oh my God, I trust the renegade yogis more than this to let it tell me those stories to stop. But I'm just moving in to the feeling. It's like a, an of like a big black cauldron of a whole bunch of, gross feelings. But it's like, if you never scrub a toilet, you never get a clean toilet. So scrubbing the toilet of my insides right now. There's still a little more, but by going powerfully into it and not allowing the stories to make me stop or even feel like I shouldn't or even question, I'm just going down into it, down into the disgust with myself, into the self disgusted with myself, all those feelings, anger at my mom. I can't believe I shared that with people, that mad at somebody for dying. How could I do that? Moving down into it. It's getting lighter now. It's getting clearer. And now I'm starting to become okay with it. I'm not trying to be okay with it, I'm just feeling it. And it's sort of like when you're afraid of the dark and then you just go stand in the dark and you're like, oh, it's not so bad. It's sort of like having my eyes closed in a well-lit room. It's just like that. It's just like standing in a dark room, afraid to go in, but then when you do it, you're like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not so bad. All right. So, still going, but it's getting lighter. That's all it is. Okay, so people who need to follow, or people who want to follow us, Neem Curly Baba says, people who want to follow us need to slow down. So, at Healer Training, my teacher who told me, the liver you saw was your liver releasing anger. Found out what the anger was. I didn't really clear it at the time. I was just made aware of it. Okay. I took it to be true. It wasn't like I was resisting it. There was just too much happening in those 21 days, so I processed it right now. But see, it was much faster to process it now because that was 03, 16 years ago. Anyway, so that teacher, he doesn't speak English, but there was some kind of a thing that we did. Oh, he would hug me. This is what Neem Curly Baba wants me to tell. The story of is this teacher was just amazing, mind-blowing. Just really blew my mind. So much love, so much power. Oh my God, like, as loving as he was even more powerful than he was loving, which is just amazing, remarkable. He's a remarkable human being, but not even a human being anymore. That's what it was like. Okay, so after one of the exercises or classes that he gave, he hugged, and I'm used to hugging like an American, where it's not like we're late, but we do kind of hug like, okay, good, the box is checked, done, cross that off the list, now let's move on to the next thing. Well, my teacher hugged like, oh my God, the thing that's coming to my mind right now, my son and I laughed at this. There's this video of Joe Biden hugging Hillary Clinton on the tarmac somewhere, and it's like endless, and she keeps trying to tap out, like he won't stop. And so my son and I have acted that out, but as like a funny scenario to us. It's very funny to us. But my teacher was sort of hugging me like that, and I was sort of trying to like tap out, or like, what's going on, or I didn't understand what hugging could be like if you just slow down. And so what was hilarious was that I was hugging my teacher, but also like trying to get away, and I could feel him teaching without words. I could feel him not disappointed in me. Okay, this is what I could feel. He was so clear. I think he was enlightened, but he was so clear. He was so unbelievably clear. There was nothing happening in him. And so what was happening for me was I was becoming aware that I wasn't getting it. So all there was, the only thing that there was to pay attention to was me, my own ego, my own stuff, my junk, my crap, the stuff to clear out. All there was, because everything else was in perfect harmony and balance. So my spirit's perfect. His spirit was perfect. His ego probably was completely gone, totally dissolved. So all that was there on display that was out of the harmony that exists between all things, except for what the lessons are. So the lesson was, Carla, you're not getting it. This is what's sticking out. You are not getting it. So all I knew at that moment with the hug was, I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding what is happening here. So, anyway, by slowing down, you automatically become more mindful. And you automatically move into a space of being more present, more loving, more funny, more fun, more hilarious. All right, love you. Goodbye.